What did you think about actually now having done a job virtually opposed to in person? Have you ever had a job before at all?
No,
First job. Okay, so nothing to compare it to. But so how do you feel about having this level of flexibility in a job? Is it something you enjoyed or like, oh my goodness, this is a nightmare. I can't get nothing done.
I enjoyed it for the most part. It was just like scheduling my thing outside of work that mattered because it's like if I wanted to like write something and then go outside later that day, it wouldn't really. I felt pressured to write, so that's what it was for me.
Right. So it's called fighting procrastination. Is what it's called. But the truth is, it is a part of everybody's journey when it comes to, being in a creative industry where, you may want to sit down and write from, 9 to noon. But the fact is, is it coming to you at that specific time? So is the creative juices working that on that type of tight schedule? Most people would probably tell you no. Overall, about your experience, in this internship, what are some of your thoughts about
I think it was like interesting for me, and it's something that I'll tell people about, and it's also something I'm excited to put on like my resumes. Like I feel like this experience as like my first job was kind of like the best thing I could do for myself. So it's not like I'm like in a like fast food place or like a clothes like and just doing like retail or something. This was like something that's happened to my own um like my own creativeness and like my own personality because I enjoy writing, so I wanted to write. So doing something that I actually enjoyed with my summer kind of like made it like a good summer for me.
So let's talk a little bit about what you actually got to do.
Writing articles, that was interesting, like coming up with my own prompts and answering them myself and like formatting the writing. And working on the scripts, that was a little bit difficult because I never had any like experience with scripts before, like writing them or reading them or editing them. Like I never did school plays or anything. And like just attending the meetings, I think it was interesting to see what other people were doing. So it wasn't just like, oh, it's just me and my little group. Like, and what we're doing is like I know what the gamers are doing. I know what like video editing is doing and like 3D and 2D animation. I It was like well rounded and like diverse.
Right. So, I mean, that is quite frankly what the whole purpose of the master meetings are all about. So, I know you were not anticipating, script writing, but I thought that it would be a good experience for you to, give it a whirl to see. At the end of the day, what are you feeling about the fact that you were able to actually, contribute to an actual script that's going to be a miniseries?
I feel like an imposter. I feel like I shouldn't have been working on that script, but I think it was fun.
All right, but wait a minute, why do you feel like an imposter?
I don't know. I just feel like the other groups they're all so much like older and they all like know what they're doing. So I worked on something that they were like working on for months. It just felt weird. Like it wasn't me that's supposed to be doing it.
Well, I got news for you. They actually are not far from being new themselves. So oftentimes it's not so much that you are the new kid on the block, but more so that you understand what the person is looking for and you write to that. And, and don't forget that. And some people will forget, So, uh, from what I hear from Brandon, that you did an incredible job. That he appreciates the effort that you put into, adding, what you added. And so he is, proud of your work. And with that being said, so am I.
Thank
So
you.
I'm hoping, that this is one of those experiences that you will remember. And if you ever had to get a side hustle, something else that you can do, right? I really want you guys to learn how to write a press release. I think that that is another one of those skills that you could use, you could call upon if you ever needed to get a side hustle going, that you could actually be able to pull from that as well, right? Now, I know you guys started out doing a lot of research, right? Because I always felt like that's a foundation. How do you feel about the research that you guys did, and what was some of your favorite research that you came across?
I think research, like the way you set it up that we did in the beginning, that was like really important and helpful. Like, so I obviously like what I was researching would come into play with what I was gonna do in the rest of the week. So that made sense. And my favorite research was just like the AI, like looking those up because I saw YouTube videos and YouTube video, like the guy, he was like interesting. So I thought it was funny. He also like made the links really accessible. So it was like easy for me to like get them onto like the Excel sheet.
Any of the AI, the artificial intelligence that actually stuck out like, oh man, I'm really gonna be able to utilize this?
Yeah, it was the one where it was like a title generator. Like I usually my titles are just like a question that you can that's gonna be answered in the article, but his like the AI, the one that has like a title generator when you put the keywords, it made my titles more engaging and like actually like broadens what my article is gonna be about.
So you feel, do you feel like doing all of that research, finding, going through, trying to find the AIs that on a larger scope, you feel like that'll actually, be helpful,
Yeah.
which is, again, that's what it's all about. Was there any of the tasks that we did, were any of them like your favorites that really just kind of stood out in your mind that you're like, okay, I'm really enjoying this?
The one we're doing right now, with the 100 quiz questions and like the 50 facts, I think that's like the one I'm flying through the fastest. So it's like easier for me. So I guess it like taps into something that I already have. So yeah.
All right, good. Just overall, how has the experience been? You think this is we brought some value to your life? Do you feel like this actually had some value for you?
Yeah, I do believe so. I think it's a good conversation starter too. It's also like experience that I have. It brought value to like my summer because I'm not doing anything in the beginning part of it. So it's just like it made a lot of sense for me to do this. And it's also like interactive. So the way we're like constantly like in meetings and constantly like talking to each other, it did bring like some value to like my social life.
In those meetings, I dropped a lot of nuggets, a lot of inspirational stuff, a lot of motivational, kind of really help you understand some of the issues that may crop up in life and how do you deal with them and address them. So, is there one thing that you feel that you'll take away from those nuggets?
Yeah, when you constantly said it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, I think that I'm definitely gonna take it with me like everywhere I go. Like to make connections with people that like are specialized in like fields you aren't, like people that can help you, it's like nice to have like contacts in your phone. It just even like in school, if you need help with like a project, like it's good to know somebody that can help you, but not just like know them to like use them, but know them as a person and then like let their skills help you and you can help them back.
And the other thing too is, let's just say you get a job where one of the things that I talk about is you never say that you can't. So if someone approaches you and say, "Listen, we need you to write a script," right? Because I heard that you wrote a script at Ferry Godmother Productions, and we want to do a little school play. Would you write the script? Although, as you said, you've never actually written a script from scratch, but now you've actually met people who actually have that you could actually call back on. And so whether it's them or meeting people from this point forward, you always want to get to know what resources people bring to the table so that if you ever need them, you could actually call upon them. But I always have a caveat of this. Before you do that, you want to establish a relationship, which means you have to show them that you are willing to support them also when they need something so that it doesn't feel like it's a one-sided kind of thing, right? So I always make myself available to someone who may need my support. I always do. And it is because of those things that I have become a master connector. That I am the person in the Hudson Valley region that knows everybody and everybody knows me. All right. Well, it was a great pleasure talking to you, and I really appreciate you. I really feel that you are going to go far, and I am happy that I could be a part of your path in life.
Thank
All
you.
right.